Hello and welcome. This is TPAN, the podcast about nothing. I'm your host for today, Ethan.
I'm Matt.
I'm
Smith.
Rowena.
Oh, you suck.
Oh no.
Dad.
Okay, that's our intro. That's our intro right there. That's perfect. That is perfect.
So Ethan, you're our host for today, you know?
I am our host for today. So since this is our first episode, I thought we'd start and introduce ourselves. Just tell us a little bit about ourselves so that our audience can get to know us a little bit. So my name is Ethan. I thought of the idea of starting a podcast with some of my friends over this last summer during the pandemic. And yeah, that's why we're doing this. I'm an engineering student on the East Coast. Just doing engineering things. Matt, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Matt. I came up with the idea for this podcast with a few friends over this past summer. And I'm originally from New York, but I go to school in Mass, the lovely state of Massachusetts. And I am a computer science student struggling to get a degree. I mean, not struggling. I mean, you know what I mean. Sort of struggling. A little bit of a struggle. Not too bad.
Always a little bit of a struggle.
Yeah, always.
Bro,
Alright, Ro, you wanna go?
You're in the order of Discord.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hello.
true.
My name is Ro. I came up with the idea of a podcast this past summer with my friends. I too am from New York and am currently in a non-disclosed place. Currently, studying.
That's a little
might
bit
as well just
ominous.
You might as well just say Matthew already said we're all. Matthew already said we're like students in Mass. You might
In
as well.
Mass, yeah.
In Mass.
You can all guess where that may be.
That's non-disclosed enough, I'd say.
This is true.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like that's good enough.
Massachusetts is a big-ass state.
Yeah.
There's a lot of engineering schools in Mass.
I'm
Yes.
studying how to build bridges and minoring and how to build board games.
Ooh.
That's a fun little
That was a little canned sound effect by yours truly.
Perfect.
All right, Smith, you're up, bud.
And I'm Smith. I'm also thought about starting a podcast with my friends over the summer and came up with the idea. It's not true. But I am also an engineering student on the East Coast of the United
Ooh.
States in Massachusetts.
We've really pinpoint where we're all currently.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, please don't find me. That would be kind of unfortunate.
Don't dox us.
People show
It'd
up
be really
outside of your
bad
house,
if they
dude.
found you.
Yeah, they're doxing me.
See, they'd
So
only
speak.
find you, Matthews, because I only said East Coast, you know. So if anything, they'd find you because you gave them where your actual house is, you know.
No, that's not true. I did not. You make it sound like I'm
Literally
giving out my
doxed all of
address.
us instead.
You make it
Say
sound
your
like
street address.
you make it sound like I'm giving out my address to these people, which I'm not.
No, let's go back. Honestly, Massachusetts is so huge. Like it's insane how big Massachusetts is. I can drive up from Maryland, and like a good like quarter of the time will just me driving in Massachusetts. Like that's
I-
insane.
Yeah.
See,
it's
I don't
fucking
think that's
huge.
true.
You don't
I
think
don't
that's
I mean-
see Massachusetts as huge.
really? Like besides New York, it's rather large.
Roy, I don't think you could place Massachusetts on a map, though.
Don't you dare test me on placing the freaking state, Smith. I will fight you. No joke, there is a puzzle in my basement currently that are all the states, and I got paid $10 to do it without like the outline of the United States, and I totally crushed
God
it. I know
damn,
where the
really?
states are.
I could not
Massachusetts
do
is
I could not do
nothing.
like the middle states. Like the ones in the middle of the country, I could not do those. I
probably
do
also-
not know where those fucking states are.
But I think it was cities that you didn't know. You didn't know where
I don't
Boston
know
was.
cities, I know states.
That's
So
not
as
the-
we can tell,
Ethan-
Rose What's up?
I was actually not mean Ethan. I meant Massachusetts. Massachusetts is very long, but that's about it. New
Were
York.
you gonna say I'm very long?
Ethan is a
very
long
long.
boy.
Wait,
I'm not
what?
very long.
This took a turn.
A lengthy lad.
A lengthy lad. Is it like
Yeah,
that
I'm
cat?
like
You know that cat that they like hold up? Like when
Yes.
people hold up cats, they're like long boys.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like that.
Long cat.
Wait, have you seen that video of the bobcat? And it's like looking
No.
around all puzzled and shit, and it's like it's being held up by like a like animal person. You know, like a
No,
a
I haven't
zookeeper, and it's he's like holding it up, and it's like it's looking around, and it's like the longest boy you've ever seen.
Oh my god.
A very nice cat.
Gosh, that's kind of ironic considering I'm probably the shortest out of all of us, if we're being honest.
You are.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
He is. He's
Like,
he's a
definitely.
he's a short lad.
A long boy, but a short lad.
What does that even mean?
I don't think I want to know what it means, to be honest with you.
Oh man. Yeah, no, so a lot of us are doing this online learning thing right now. How's that working for you, Matt?
It's working for me okay. Like I wake up 2 hours before my class, so I wake up at 7 a.m. I shower.
God.
I know it's like it's so rough, but like I won't like wake up enough to attend class if I don't get up that early.
That's so rough.
So yeah. And then I shower, I eat breakfast, then I basically just sit at my desk for an hour-long class. Then I'm basically free the rest of the day. Or I'm doing work the rest of the day. I shouldn't say free. I'm doing work the rest of the day. Like homework and shit. It's been interesting being home. Like I definitely feel like I'm a lot more focused on work this semester, but at the same time like I really miss actually talking to other people like on campus and shit.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I feel that D-term, or whenever we were not here, last year when they had to cancel stuff, that sucked.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Doing those classes online was not fun.
See, I feel like half the time the teachers just don't, because it's really hard to take advantage of doing anything like useful during online learning. And I know a bunch of professors, they would just post stuff, like not that it's like wrong to do that, because like you got to do what you got to do, but it's like they would just post lectures, like pre-record lectures, just to like wherever they're gonna post it to, and then you just be on you to watch it. I know personally for myself that didn't really work out too well, but
I don't know. For me, I think I'm kind of thriving with the online learning stuff. Like, I prefer staying in bed and watching my lectures currently than having to go. Like, because, like, I know it's all for safety precautions, and, like, of course we wear the mask and all that, but, like, to go in and to sit in a classroom for 50 minutes and to have the mask, like, knowing that it's there and, like, I'm breathing, like, my hot breath, and it's just sort of cycling within my mask. And it's just, like, a little uncomfortable, and like I know it's something we have to do, but it's just like a little obnoxious.
Mm-hmm.
So I prefer like the every other day that I get to take that class in my room, in my bed, and if I don't want to watch it or do it live, then I don't have to. And I can just watch it whenever I want.
Yeah, I feel that. It's like the thing I always like hate about the mask is how it fogs up my glasses. Well, I wear glasses by the
oh
way.
yeah.
In case that kind of goes without saying after that last statement, but
glasses.
yeah. But yeah, it fogs up my glasses. It's like super annoying because I have to wear my glasses like super low on my nose
Mm-hmm.
so they don't get fogged up, and it's just like
I had the same issue with me, yeah.
yeah. It's just kind of, you know. It is what it is though. Like I'm happy to wear a mask outside.
Gosh, it's so satisfying just being able to like wear a mask and not have your glasses fog up. It's like so satisfying because you just like it's something that you've done well, and it's like you can't really say that much about anything else, like personally. So it's just like you're just walking down the street your glass ain't fogging up. You're just like, yeah, I did that. That was me.
Yeah.
You know.
don't
That's
know, I
pretty
guess-
epic.
For me, it's just so satisfying to not have to wear glasses and to have perfect 20/20 vision and to be able to see without
Okay,
the need of
dude.
wearing
Oh,
glasses.
okay.
Mm,
All right. All right.
okay,
Okay.
dude.
Okay.
That's enough of that.
Being able.
Man, it's really rough that like my sunglasses get fogged when I walk to class.
Oh, wow.
It's just so
Wow.
rough.
Oh my gosh.
Some entitlement.
We can't all be perfect, Ro, okay?
Yeah, but like, whose fault is it that you're not perfect?
Genetics.
Genetics, yeah, exactly.
It was already predetermined, honestly. Like,
Yes.
like it's just, you know,
It's
someone
my
from above. You know, someone from above was just looking down. Was like, yeah, we'll make him 5.5. That'll be nice.
it's your IRL luck stat. like I whenever I'm like unlucky, I'm like, okay, so I just have a low luck stat. Like that's cool.
He has like a luck stat of like 3.
Yes.
That's
Remember how I rolled a critical failure like 5 times in a row?
Oh my god,
Oh,
yes.
I do remember that.
I have a higher chance of getting struck by fucking lightning, okay?
So for context, we were playing a D&D one shot with like the group here and one other person, and Matthew, he went to roll for something and he rolled a critical failure 5 times in a row across 3 different sets of dice.
It was bad.
It
Yeah,
was really bad.
Yeah, it was ridiculously unlucky.
Some of the worst rolling I've ever seen.
Thank you.
Hey, I mean, that goes in the history books.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
story's
true.
now been told.
Absolutely, it has.
So
Who knows
If it
what
was a
other
crop-
stories they'll tell?
If it was across all the same die, I probably would have quarantined that die. I had one that
True.
rolled 3 critical
I-
fails in a row, and I put it in my little dice box that I call Gay Baby Jail, and I sealed it away.
Okay. Why do you call your dice box Gay Baby Joe?
Because that's where they go when they're bad.
You can't say that.
Oh lord. I can see it
Oh
now.
my god.
Taken down.
No, it's a meme. It's definitely a meme. Hold on, let me
I
find
don't know. What do you mean it's a meme?
Urban Dictionary, Gay Baby Jail. When you get soft locked in Super Mario 64.
How is there any correlation?
I guess
How is there
there's not.
literally any correlation between getting soft locked in Super Mario 64 and Gay Baby Joe?
I think it looks like it was something
mean-
that Simple Flip said.
I understand So Long Gay Bowser, but oh, they're removing So Long Gay Bowser too.
Yeah, I saw that. That's sad.
It is sad.
I didn't actually hear what happened to him. I just saw Rip Gay Bowser.
They're using.
Wait, what happened?
They're
don't know.
using. They're gonna be using a newer version of Super Mario
They're saying
64.
bye bye.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because apparently, like, what was it? Like a month or so after SM64 released, they released a different version that was like they replaced the line with just bye bye, and they're
Yeah,
using
it's-
that version, right?
called like the Shindao version or something, and it has some bugs patched.
Is that the DS version?
Including-
Or...
No, it's just an Japanese N64 version that came out a couple months after the US version, and they patched the
okay.
backwards long jump glitch that is famous for speedrunners getting to the end of the game with no stars.
Nintendo finally fixing those bugs after how long?
It's only been 24 years.
20 something years. When was Mario 64's out? 96?
I want to say it was 96 because I think it was a launch title for the N64, so that would put it at 96.
It was 1996. This is
So
correct.
it's been 24
Nice.
years, and they, finally patching those bugs.
Mhm.
I was looking actually at a video of the comparison for the what it looked like before and what the footage they showed now. And Mario 64 looks okay, but the 16:9 aspect ratio for Sunshine looks really, really good. That's what I'm playing
Oh,
most.
in Mario All Star.
Yeah, the 3D Mario All Stars. They're upping Sunshine's aspect ratio to 16:9.
Ah, yeah, I saw that. I'm pretty sure you can do that with Dolphin, but it's like not official in any way. It's like it's a mod of some kind, or it's like a plugin for the game.
Yeah. Also, I think Galaxy is getting upscaled to 60 frames per second.
I think Galaxy was always 60 frames per second.
Was it?
Yeah. I remember it being like buttery smooth on my CRT when I played it on the Wii.
Maybe it's Sunshine is getting up to 60 frames per second as well. I'm not sure. But either way, I'm excited.
I know Mario Galaxy is also getting its resolution up to 1080p when it's on the TV, and 720p when it's on the go.
That's gonna be nice. I'm very excited to see that.
And the motion controls are optional too, I read.
Yeah, so Switch Lite users don't get locked out of it.
Honestly,
Very
I haven't
cool.
really been looking forward to any games personally. Just over the past couple years, there's games just haven't excited me, if I'm being completely honest.
That's
You know?
fair. I'm kind of reaching that point in my life as well, where it's like, I feel like I've played all the good video games.
I don't look
there's, like-
forward.
sad.
Yeah,
I
it
don't really
is.
I don't really look to like AAA, a lot of AAA releases when I'm looking for new games. Like most of the time, it's just whatever, new stuff that I know will be good out of Nintendo, or indie games that get a lot of hype and look really interesting. That kind of stuff. Like if Lucas Pope came out with a new game, I'd probably buy that or look into it. That's the kind of stuff I'm excited for.
Yeah, the indie games are usually pretty fun. Yeah, I think I think you're right actually. The only games that I really find interesting now in terms of like gameplay and new concepts are indie games mostly. I feel like a lot of genres have sort of been done to death, where it's like they can't really come up with anything like too new with several video game genres.
I feel like it's just gotten to the point where it's so hard to reinvent the wheel after so many years. It's just,
Exactly.
It's just starting to stagnate, I think the only game company that I think is really on the up and up right now has to be Nintendo. That's the only one that's doing really well right now, at least in terms of like releases and like new ideas and like fresh concepts.
Well, it's always a slump for the big companies before their console releases.
Yeah.
PS5 and whatever the Xbox is doing.
Xbox Series X.
That one, yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
I honestly don't.
Yeah.
It sounds the same as
That
the
sounded
last
so
one.
bad. I don't even know what it's called.
was the
but
last
that
one
sounded
called?
bad. It was
Xbox One.
Yeah.
We had the
Yeah,
Xbox
Xbox One,
One S, and this is the Xbox Series X.
Yeah, no, the like upgraded version of the Xbox One was the Xbox One X, and this is the Xbox Series X. Well, I think they prefer that people just call it Xbox, which I'm not gonna do because that's the original Xbox. You can't be calling something an Xbox if it's not the original Xbox. But I don't know. I feel like
they have some of the worst naming schemes of any.
I was waiting
They
after
do.
Xbox 360. I was waiting for Xbox 720. I was
too.
waiting. I was counting
too.
out down the days, and then when they announced Xbox One, I was like, "The hell is this now?" I was like, "That ain't a 720 at the end of the name."
It's the prequel. Hog.
It's the prequel.
The prequel console.
Before Xbox, there was one Xbox. Xbox One.
Dun dun dun. But I think hot take here. I think that the only console in 10 years will be a Nintendo console, because I think Sony and Microsoft will move to the cloud gaming front, because they'll realize that people will pay a monthly subscription for that, and they'll give up on manufacturing shit for it, because I'm sure manufacturing all those consoles costs a lot of money. I think it would be cheaper and it would make them more money if they just made like a monthly subscription cloud-based thing, and people would pay for that basically by droves, and they just released exclusive games on those platforms.
I mean, if you think about it, like, out of the four of us here, like, I know I really don't use my Xbox anymore, and I can't really, like, the only console that I really use is the Switch. Like I can't, I
Yeah.
don't know. Ro, do you use anything else other than really the Switch?
Me personally, no. I was a big DS and 3DS person, but that's Nintendo again.
Same.
I am not much of a gamer here. I know my brothers got like one Xbox, and that's the only non-Nintendo console they had, like we had growing up. And then I think one of my brothers got a PS4, I think is the newest one, with like in a bundle, and that's like the first time that they've dipped their toes into anything that wasn't Nintendo in a very long time.
Yeah.
So
PS4 is a good one to go for in that respect.
Yeah.
In my
personally, I didn't bother with the Xbox One. I got a PS4 and a Nintendo Switch, and those two have they've been good. I definitely like the Switch better in terms of exclusives, but PlayStation does have really good exclusives. I'm not saying that they don't by saying that Nintendo has great exclusives. PlayStation definitely does have good exclusives. And the reason why I didn't buy an Xbox is because they don't really have any exclusives anymore.
See, you know what I
You
don't.
have a PC.
Yeah, basically.
You see what I don't understand? It's like the exclusives between Sony and like Xbox. It just doesn't make sense. You know, because it's like, is your game really going to be like a big enough pull to where it's like, yeah, I'm going to bring like X amount of users over to like this console? Like, is like it just doesn't make sense to me. You can't really like predict something like that. You know?
Well, see,
Well,
the thing that I
think-
always
Oh, you go ahead, Smith. You go ahead.
yeah, what I was always confused about is like first of all, you'd be surprised how well that works. Like there are people that are just Gears of War fans and they buy Xboxes for Gears of War.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
But like when you think about PlayStation exclusives, like there's been some big names recently, like the Spider-Man game. Obviously, RDR2 wasn't an exclusive for very long, but it was.
And that was also on Xbox too.
Was it? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was.
There was definitely. God of War was a huge name when it came out. Like,
Yeah.
PlayStation exclusives are generally big names, and when you think of Xbox exclusives, I guess there's Gears and Halo. I don't really know.
Yeah.
Halo's the big one.
There might be big ones I just don't know about. But a lot of the ones they used to have, like Ori and some of the other indie games they supported, have just gotten PC ports. And the fact that they're like already 7-year-old games mean that most people can run them on their PCs anyways.
I know Halo, the whole Master Chief Collection's on PC with only like a couple exceptions to games because they're being ported currently. So there's no real. So I think the only Halo game that's exclusive now to Xbox One is Halo 5, and people don't. It's like there wasn't a positive response to that game. Like people didn't like that shit at all. So I don't know. It's like I think that's like one of the 2 Xbox exclusives, like actually exclusive to Xbox that I can think of. The other one being the Gears of War games.
Gears of War aren't even, I don't think, exclusives anymore because I have them on Game Pass.
I think Gears 1 is the only one that was ported to PC, and then 4 and 5 are also on PC. I think PC.
But, yeah.
Wait, Gears 6 isn't out, is it?
I
don't think so.
Actually. But I can just look it up really quick. Gears Tactics, Gears 5 Ultimate Edition.
I think Gears 5 was the last one.
Yeah.
But Gears 2 and Gears 3 are not on PC. Not to my knowledge, anyway.
It looks like it's just 4 and 5, and maybe
1 remastered,
yeah, and
I think.
Yeah, remaster of the original. You're right. Oh, and Tactics, whatever that is.
Tactics is, I think it's like an XCOM type game.
Okay, that makes sense.
Based on Gears, yeah.
So there are, but those are older games, so you would need an older console anyways. There's nothing.
Yeah, an Xbox 360.
You know, staying on the topic. No, go on, Matthew. What's up?
Okay, but PlayStation has these exclusives that people like love, like Spider-Man, as you said before, Smith. Persona 5 was a really big exclusive for PlayStation. Except it's not really big in terms of like sales here in America. Was really big in Japan though. Shit, what else was there? There was Bloodborne. Bloodborne.
Yeah, Bloodborne, yeah. God of War, like I said.
God of War, yeah. Horizon Zero Dawn, people really liked, except that's not an exclusive anymore. My bad.
But it was for a while. A lot of people will get a console for exclusives early.
Yeah.
Wasn't Cuphead an Xbox exclusive?
Cuphead
Yeah,
was
yeah, it was.
Xbox exclusive. Yeah, yeah.
You know, going back to the Gears topic, I think it's interesting how many different outlets there are to create like a story nowadays. You know, because it just kind of like happened. I feel like it's just there's so many different ways that if you want to tell a story, there's like so many different ways that you can do so. It's
Mhm.
just it's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. The my friend Brian actually thinks that this is a hot take that the best way to sell like a narrative is not through a movie or a TV show, but is through a weekly D&D podcast.
Mm,
So like an episodic type thing.
Yeah, like with the stuff that Critical Role does.
Well, that's like the model of TV shows and anime and manga, like and comics too.
But-
It's like
But he thinks the best way to weave a narrative as well to sell it and tell it and all the the creation and distribution aspects of it is
It's
through
over
like a Critical
time.
Role style D&D podcast, because he thinks tabletop RPGs are the future of entertainment, which I'd love to see, but I just don't
I'd
think
also
it's
love
right.
to see that.
yeah, I would love to see that.
see,
but,
I feel the problem with tabletop RPGs is just that it's like that's so like enshrined in like I guess quote unquote like nerd culture that's like a
Yeah.
lot of people just don't approach it. You
Mhm.
know?
Yeah, that's fair. Or people
Yeah,
think it's like too complicated to get into.
Like
Mhm.
how my mom, she didn't even know D&D was still a thing. She was like, Ethan, do you still have friends that play D&D? I was like, yeah, mom, I still have friends that play D&D. It's like, you know, it's just like a lot of people just don't. It just isn't on their radar.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it could be so easy to get into.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because
And
like,
you don't need to know exactly how a
It
specific
works.
RPG works to appreciate like actors coming together, because the Critical Role people are actors, so they're actors both in their actual job and in the sense of portraying these characters.
Hmm.
To see actors get together and play characters and tell a story, like that's what you do when you go see a movie. Just the difference is that you have the dungeon master, the figure, telling them what's happening and setting this whole scene, and it's all very in your head visualized, which is for better or for worse. And I think if you wanted it to appeal to more people, you could use like animation style or live action recreations that you can make post scene and then overlay them with the audio, and there's like a lot of stuff that you could do to make it more approachable to people. Like there's a Critical Role animated TV show in production, and I'm pretty sure it's using all of the voice actors.
it is. It's gonna be so good.
I don't know if it's going to be so good, but it's definitely going to be.
I mean, it's literally written by Matt Mercer.
yeah,
Like, it's,
Matt Mercer is not a writer.
Yes, but it's them writing out just another adventure.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely very interested to see like if it generates any interest outside of the Critical Role, community. Because at the end of the day, it's a TV show. Like anybody can watch it. It's not like D&D where it has this stigma or this barrier to entry that a lot of people perceive.
Is it being put up on like a major network, or is it just like
Yeah,
It's
YouTube?
going on Amazon Prime.
Prime Video.
Really?
Yeah,
Ooh.
Amazon is funding it.
That's
And
pretty insane. Not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
that's
It was-
pretty damn cool.
It was the most successful Kickstarter in all of history.
Yeah, it made its goal within the 24 hours and then like overshot it by so much.
Really?
Like,
it beat Ukulele?
Yeah,
Yeah,
It-
it was.
it
Holy
did
shit.
so
I can look-
well.
Let me look this
How
up.
How much
actually.
money did they raise?
The Kickstarter raised. I'm scrolling. $11,385,449.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
When did they hold that?
This was probably a year or two ago.
Not even. It wasn't that long ago. It was within the year. It was definitely before Corona hit. So I
Really?
think it was the end of last year.
Yeah,
That's still really impressive,
Um,
honestly.
that was for 45 days of Kickstarter.
Jesus
I didn't know
Christ.
this
Wow.
was 11 million. I was just gonna guess over $1 million, but that's $11 million.
Wow.
Yeah, that's actually
That's-
insane.
See, I couldn't even imagine.
There was 88,887 backers. There could have been one more dude to get 88,888.
Damn. They should
So
have
I
one of the people running the Kickstarter should have donated at the
Mhm.
very end, like last minute.
Just funneled money back into themselves.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
$1.
It's a 10 episode animated special The animation company is called Titmouse.
I don't think I've heard of that.
Mouse.
They did Big Mouth, Venture Bros, Metalocalypse, Nico and the Sword of Light, as well as Star Wars Galaxy of Adventures.
I've never even heard of Star Wars Galaxy of Adventures.
I've heard of Big Mouth and the Venture Bros. That's about it.
I've heard of Big Mouth, yeah. That's that Netflix original one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what they've done that you all heard about? They did the main title sequence for Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh.
Wow.
That's the one that we're looking for.
That's the main part.
Oh, I'm so excited. It's gonna be so cool.
Yeah, I'm excited to see like what it accomplishes. If it reaches a wider audience than just 88,000 people is still, really good. But if this reaches people that aren't typically one to consume D&D content, they can get invested in the story, and then you can binge Critical Role just like it's any TV show.
And this cartoon isn't gonna be D&D. It's literally gonna be just a fairy tale, a fantasy show with swords and magic and a plot of go defeat the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I thought they were going to focus more around the D&D aspect of it.
No, because it's not like they're rolling the dice or anything.
Yeah, it's an animated
There's
show.
no random aspect to it. I think it's all gonna be written and stuff.
It's just an animated show of the
characters and the
of
world.
the characters that were created by these players in season 1 of Critical Role.
So the lore.
Yeah.
I don't know where it takes place because all of these characters' arcs are already done. I don't know because the way that Critical Role season 1 happened was when they started posting on YouTube and Twitch, they started their story at level 10. And then everything in season 1 is level 10 to level 20. So this animated series could be what happened to them before that, either a level 5 adventure or something. It could be a completely different story with them being higher leveled. I don't know, but they can do so much. Because it doesn't have to relate to the level 10 to level 20 story that they created in season 1, so they can do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that'll be pretty fun to watch, actually.
Yeah, I'm hoping that actually comes out and doesn't disappear or get forgotten. With $11 million and 88,000 people, I'm sure.
I sure hope it doesn't.
They know that they have to do something. But
can you imagine the pressure though to satisfy that many people with
I'm sure.
Yeah.
People are
if you don't do this right, people are going to get upset. That's
Yes.
can you imagine the amount of pressure that puts
on you?
on you?
Though I don't think they could do it so wrong that they would get the fan base upset.
Yeah,
I feel like anyone can do anything wrong, but it's I don't know.
This isn't like No Man's Sky where people will set unrealistically high expectations and then they will be destroyed within the first 3 hours.
And I think it was literally within this week that they posted a video on their YouTube channel of an update, hey, we're being safe in Corona time, but hey, this is moving forward. Here's a little bit, and it was a 10-minute behind the scenes video of what's going on. So it's currently happening. I don't think they're just gonna throw away all the money that they raised and just forget about it.
Yeah, according to their Kickstarter, they're expecting to release in fall of this year. So
that's so much sooner than I would have thought.
Relatively soon. But I don't know if that's probably been delayed at least a month or two by Corona. But either way, that's still sooner. I was expecting 2022 or something. Because animated shows take a while to make.
Yeah.
Especially to make a good animated show.
Yeah, for sure. Can't be Russian animation, really.
I heard that as the Russian nationality, and then I had to slow myself down, and I was like, "Oh, wait a minute! He said Rushing. Okay, all right, makes more sense."
Oh my god, dude!
I was like, "What does this man got against Russian?" I was like, "What does this man got against Russian animation?" I was like, "What's going on?"
Oh god, Ethan!
What is Russian animation?
Yeah, the Russian animation,
Gosh,
gotta
that
love
quality
it.
Russian. Oh yeah, we love all that quality Russian animation.
I can't even think of any Russian animation, to be honest with you.
It's interesting how that area is like so it's like so monopolized by either like Asia or just
America.
or America. It's like let's just like those are like the two places that do animation. You know, isn't that kind of weird?
I mean, this all probably goes back to like I don't even know what decade. Whenever Walt Disney started, was probably like the 20s. That was probably like the beginning of animation, really.
You just have to use, the Steamboat Willie cartoon.
Yep.
It's just interesting that nothing ever like popped up in say like Europe. You know, it's like anything that I've like ever heard of coming out of Europe. It's just nothing popped up from like out of there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure if I like think about it, I could like come up with something that's European made animation. But like nothing really comes to mind immediately.
I got you.
Now we will sit in silence for the next 20 minutes trying to think of a European animation.
I mean, we're all sitting in front of computers. We could just easily.
Yeah, we could just Google it. What am I doing?
I'd much rather sit in silence for 20 minutes, honestly.
You're right. Time for another nap.
Oh yeah, just take another quick nap, you know?
Yeah, this will be fascinating for people to experience on the internet.
I'm on the Wikipedia article for History of Russian Animation.
What does it say?
Wait, screen share real quick.
Hold on.
Oh god.
Here you go. The History of Russian Animation.
Look at that.
Oh my gosh, are those like stick figures? This is gonna be so confusing to people who are just listening to this because the history of Russian animation. Are those stick figures?
Yes,
What is that?
The Cameraman's Revenge, 19.
The Cameraman's Revenge.
I'm scared.
Oh my god.
This is a video.
Oh, we've got ourselves a video?
An event very likely to happen in 1929. Got some Russian text that I can't read.
More Russian text we can't read. Oh my god, how long is this episode?
What is going on?
Oh my god. Oh, is that a dog?
That is a dog. That looks like a dog with a
What?
text. What?
Oh,
Okay, close it.
Close it.
Stop.
Okay. We will not describe verbally what we just saw, but if you're curious, the internet's always there.
Interplanetary Revolution from 1924 by some Russian animator, I'm sure. Mezrab Palm Rus. Oh no, that's a Russian acronym for the Russian Red Cross. It's not here. I can't read Russian. It's too late. The time has passed. But yeah, no, it's very real.
Have they reproduced anything that we might have heard about though, Smith? You're on the page.
No.
Finally, you don't know why is Rhino's skin wrinkly by Vladimir Putin.
Sad to say no.
I wish I knew.
I don't know that one. I'm sorry.
I am not recognizing
that's just straight up Disney, isn't it?
This is Winnie the Pooh, titled 1969.
That looks very.
That looks.
Maybe they took poo too literally. It looks like a turd.
God.
It looks like a turd.
What is this?
That
like that
scares
one.
me.
God.
That actually scares me.
Hedgehog in the Fog.
1970.
I like Hedgehog in the Fog a lot.
Referencing these for the listeners.
That scares
It's
me.
very Disney-esque.
It looks
This
more like
new-
a Cartoon Network show
New
animation.
Pogodi.
This
I think
feels
it's
like
called.
something that was done by either the Russian government or Russian individual people.
Yo, that
Russian
picture
animation
for Old
today.
Man in the
Look at
Sea. That picture
Oh.
for Old Man in the Sea. That looks pretty cool.
That is
Does look
actually
really
That
cool.
looks badass.
highest grossing films. Three Heroes on Distant Shores from 2012 is the highest grossing animated Russian
It grossed
film.
$31 million. That's pretty decent.
Probably all of Russia.
What are you? That's
You're
how many
right.
people
All
you
of
think are
Russia
in
went to
Russia?
All of
movies that
Russia.
day.
All of
They all took a little trip to
They
the
all went.
movies to go see Three Heroes on Distant Shores.
Can we point out how the detail about every one of these, almost all these films, is that they are interpretations of medieval Russian folklore, except for this one, which
Which is just a fairy tale.
Snow Queen 3, Fire and Ice. That's really interesting.
just a Hans Christian
That's-
Andersen story, a fairy tale.
That sounds like Game of Thrones, except not Game of Thrones.
Oh, I just want to pop in. So the population of Russia, from according to 2018, was 144.5 million people.
Yeah. How much is a movie ticket in Russia?
How much is a movie ticket in Russia?
Definitely
How am I
not like.
How am I supposed to find that out, Smith?
Definitely
Google it.
not 30
Yeah.
cents. Or less than 30 cents.
Oh, no, it
American.
was like 1.4 million, right?
Okay, so this is really old data. Hold up.
I
Wait a minute.
mean, we're looking at year 2012, so this is now a deep dive podcast.
Okay, so from Statista.com, we got the average cinema ticket price in Russia from 2010 to 2018. What year was this in?
2012, so we're in the ballpark.
So it was 234.05 rubles, which is
Which converts to
I'm
dollars,
looking
huh?
this
That
up.
sounds fake.
rubles.
That is
okay,
$3.11.
Yeah, rubles are really what they use. Also,
Yes,
I
rubles
clicked on
are
it.
what they use.
I clicked on another article through this Wikipedia page, and I stared at the page for a solid minute before realizing it was in Russian.
It was
and I
in
couldn't
Russian.
read anything.
Holy shit, you're right. It is in Russian.
Dude, that page you brought up is literally entirely in Russian.
Here, let's use Google Translate, see what we can't find out about this.
Oh no. This is gonna be
Wait,
really
is this the
scuffed,
top
isn't it?
grossing animation from
It
Russia?
is. Their budget was $3.5 million, and they made $31 million.
Look at that,
Holy shit,
honestly?
huge.
That's quite a profit.
Sounds like
Actually
an
huge.
It sounds like an absolute paragon of Russian animation.
Yeah, the pillar of all Russian
Oh,
animation of
We've
all
got an
time.
IMDb page.
A 5.2 out of what? Is that 10?
Yeah.
Is that 11 from Stranger
Who runs the
Things?
world? Girls and other adventures of Knight's Wives.
One review.
What's the
One review.
What does the review
Where
say?
is it?
One
critic.
critic. Oof.
RussianFilmHub.com.
Oh, it's gonna be in
Oh, no.
Russian. Oh,
Is it a video?
it's a video review.
Oh
of this
my god,
movie.
dude!
I don't think we can
I
play it.
straight up. No, we can't. I straight up
No.
thought that they just had the whole movie there.
I'm sure you can find it.
for like a solid
sure
5
it's found on
seconds,
the
I thought
internet
that was
somewhere.
the full movie.
I hate that RussianFilmHub.com is now in my search history.
See, it's actually interesting because IMDb does host like some like video streaming. Like it'll host some like small shows that like
Yeah,
you've never heard
they
of.
do. They do some stuff,
hmm
and it's like they do it for free. With some
They
ads,
have
I think.
the free movie every week, don't they? Or something like that. Like they had Shrek one week, and I remember seeing that on the home screen in my Amazon Fire Stick. Not sponsored, by the way. And
Thanks, Matt.
I was like, what the fuck? Shrek is free? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Also,
Now-
movie was
looking
cool.
at the screenshot.
Those are some cute horses.
Yeah, what is wrong with this horse? His legs are so short.
This is very like DreamWorks kind of. It reminds
It's
me
like
of
so-
DreamWorks.
It's like if DreamWorks was made by a couple people.
Indie DreamWorks.
Could
Yeah.
you do better, Smith?
I mean, these look like free assets.
Oh God.
So to describe what
Their
we're looking
budget
at,
was
we're looking.
was $3 million. I hope they weren't free assets.
So it's a picture from the movie. It looks like it's a still from the movie, but it's the two main characters. It looks like, and they're sitting on these horses, and the horses' legs are so just like you wouldn't expect them. They're just like so stubby. They just look a little stubby.
They look like ponies. To be
Oh,
honest
that's so
with you.
cute.
This
They are
one,
adorable.
the one on the left is in a very bad mood, but the one on the right looks a little dopey.
He
The
looks
one
so-
on the
he looks
right,
concerned
he
for
look,
The bridge
he's looking
just
at that
broke,
bridge.
So
He's looking at that bridge. So this bridge just collapsed. This horse is very concerned about that bridge's health, but it's like it's already dead. So it's like it doesn't even matter.
Wait, what the dude? That could be taken. The horse is
the
not
bridge
dead.
is dead.
No,
the bridge is dead.
The
The
bridge is
bridge is
dead.
The-
dead.
The bridge
is
wasn't
dead.
alive
dead.
though.
But it's dead now.
It's broke. It's broke.
The bridge was dead when they cut the wood from the tree.
That's very
No,
true.
the bridge was never alive, though.
Okay, the bridge was
no,
alive before
when
it was a bridge.
tree.
Does life begin at conception, Ro?
Oh man.
All right, moving on. Moving on.
Okay, I'm gonna stop screen sharing.
Let me read all your emails, Smith.
We're just gonna take one episode to read Smith's emails now.
That's gonna be my
No,
topic.
That'll be next week.
Next week.
Stay
The topic is
tuned.
gonna be me just sitting and reading all the fun, interesting emails I receive. Better sign me up for some weird email chains so it's entertaining.
Oh
weird
no,
emails.
you should not ask people on the internet to sign you up
Yeah.
for weird email chains.
Why don't you
You
drop
will
your
get
email right
all
now?
sorts of bizarre shit.
I remember in high school, my friend signed up my high school email for like a furry newsletter.
Oh god.
See, you know what? It took me the longest time to figure out I had a high school email because it's just not something I thought about because I had a Gmail and I had an iCloud. And then when someone finally told me, "Hey, you also have a high school email," I was like, "No, I don't." And they're like, "Yes, you do." And there was like
No,
a couple
I
emails
don't.
in there that like I should have read that I just hadn't ever gotten around to reading, and it was like my senior year.
Wait, you didn't realize you had a school email until senior year?
I also don't think I had a school email.
That
Oh,
makes
you-
more
I
sense
just-
for you, Ro, but Ethan's school definitely had that.
I don't know. It just never popped into my head. I was like, I had a school Gmail account, but it just never popped into my head that I would also have a email account to go along with said Gmail account. It just never popped into my head.
Oh, I'm glad you realized by senior year that you had one of these.
Did it make a difference?
No, not really. It was like trivially important. Like when I got the email, it might have been important at the time, but like time had passed where it just didn't matter. I don't think I gotten much mail to there anyways, so it was like fine. Cause like I would just list my iCloud or my Gmail or to like people who like wanted to reach me, and that's what they knew to reach me in high school. That's what if you wanted to send me an email, you'd send it to one of those accounts, and I would definitely see it. So no one really like if you sent something to my high school email account, they'd realize their mistake and then they'd send it to my iCloud or Gmail account.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah.
So like you didn't like miss any like important emails from freshman to
No, not really. It's just because
Senior
it's like
year?
after a while, all my teachers they would just send it to my iCloud or Gmail because like that's what I'd give them, you know. And if they tried to contact me through my my actual like high school email, they would just look through and they'd find the email that I gave them. They'd be like, "Oh, this is the wrong email," and then they'd send it to the email that I gave them, you know. So it's like I don't know. I just never bothered using it. It just never occurred to me that I actually had one.
I mean, if it worked, go for it.
All right, Ethan. What are we gonna
What's
talk
up?
about now?
I will come up with a random topic right now.
Is there like a random
breakfast
topic
food?
generator?
There we go. Breakfast food. All right.
Pancakes.
Y'all's
Bad topic.
Pancakes, Matthew? Really?
Yes,
Pancakes?
yes.
Straight to pancakes.
Waffles. Come on now.
I'll fight. Well, waffles are pretty good. I don't know. It's like when it comes to food, I don't have a preference. You put it down in front of me and I'll eat it. Okay. You know.
What if, but Matthew, what if I gave you anchovies, just a can of anchovies for breakfast? Would you eat that? I just
No,
plunked it down right in front of you.
No, because no one eats anchovies for breakfast, Ethan.
Honestly.
Do you eat anchovies for breakfast?
I have. So it's like
Oh,
it's just like
God.
just open up a can of anchovies. If you want something,
Ethan?
okay, hold on now.
I'm
Like,
gonna be the
sardines
first
and
to say
anchovies,
this.
What?
That is vile.
Okay, sardines and anchovies
no,
have a
Ethan-
really bad rap.
Ethan-
Let me make something clear right
No,
here.
Ethan,
They're
I'm gonna
actually
be-
quite tasty.
Ethan, I'm gonna be the second person to tell you this. That is vile.
Oh my god, sardines and anchovies aren't even half bad.
Should I
I hope
chime
you
in?
all realize this.
Should I also
Yes,
say
yes,
Ethan?
yes, Ro.
Ethan, I will be the third one to say that that's vile.
Oh my god.
Sounds like
It's
a
like, you just-
majority consensus that that's vile.
Ethan
No,
wakes
it wasn't
up.
anchovies. Actually, wait, it wasn't anchovies. It was sardines. I've had sardines for breakfast, and sardines aren't bad. Like let me make this like abundantly clear. Sardines aren't terrible. Honestly, they're not that bad.
Well, okay, wait. Next
Let's
question.
file.
Next question.
What?
Did you have them on anything?
Yeah, you put them on like a cracker or something. You don't eat sardines just like just sardines. I've done that too, but like normally you put them on like a cracker or something, or you put them in a salad, or you do something with them.
No, I didn't eat them plain, but I do eat them plain.
So you've had crackers and sardines for breakfast before.
I think so. Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna-
not bad.
You
It's
think
not
so?
bad.
In terms of the
I'm
breakfast
trying
food
to.
tier
I could have
list,
sworn I've had it at least once.
in terms of the breakfast food tier list, that's going in the.
Well, of
Is
course,
there-
it's like it's bad. It's like it's not like your ideal breakfast, but it's like it's not terrible. You know,
Does,
if you're
does
like
anyone actually like eat fish for breakfast? Is there like a single like fish that is like socially acceptable to eat for breakfast?
Fish.
I
I
don't.
don't ever actually eat breakfast.
That's
Huh.
also a very good point. You know.
I thought you were
I
gonna ask if
mean-
anyone actually eats fish.
I eat
That
breakfast.
too.
Googling breakfast fish, I come up with baked flounder and eggs, tilapia breakfast burrito.
That
and
sounds
cod
delicious.
scrambled
That
eggs.
sounds really good. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, these sound good. You could work
Where?
fish into a breakfast.
So flounder, that's it. That's the breakfast fish, guys. It's flounder.
Well, yeah, there's
Flounder.
also
The little flat
tilapia
boys.
breakfast burrito. I would have cod scrambled eggs actually. That sounds pretty
Cod
good.
Oh my god.
See, the beauty about scrambled eggs is you just take whatever shit is in your fridge and you just throw it in there. It's
Yeah,
the
you
beauty
eat
of
it.
You just yeet it in there. Exactly, Math. You just yeet it on in. You just throw it into the pan,
You send
you
it.
scramble it around, and there you go. You got your breakfast.
Yeah.
There you
You
go.
do
Got your
indeed
breakfast.
got your breakfast.
Except
Yeah.
even when he makes his scrambled eggs, he puts his onions in last and doesn't cook them, and then they're crunchy.
Okay, wait, no. The one time I have cooked you scrambled eggs, I sauteed the onions in butter first. It
Oh.
was green peppers, onions, and turkey. And I remember I sauteed everything in butter and then set it aside and then cooked the eggs and then re-added everything. So it was perfect because it was a little crunchy but not too crunchy and it wasn't too soft. So,
That's a-
you know,
In Ethan's defense, that does sound good.
It was good, but the onions and the green peppers were very crunchy, and I don't want crunch in my scrambled eggs.
why don't you want it's a variety of texture. Otherwise you're just going to have mush. You're just going to have mush, Smith.
They were a little too crunchy for my taste, but they were very good, don't get me wrong.
I mean, you gotta do something, right? Because it's like the eggs and the turkey are mushy, and then you could have mushy onions and green pepper. But like, if you add that little bit of crunch in there, that variance of texture is just perfect. It's just
I
got
mean-
you right there.
Normally, I just have the squishy eggs and nothing else, so I'm fine with squishy.
You're fine with squishy.
You can quote me on that. I'm fine with squishy.
I'm
That'll be
fine
my-
with
my
swishy.
That'll be my
Smith,
campaign platform.
2K20.
I'm fine with
Vote
squishy.
me. I'm fine with squishy.
Gosh, what are we looking at, Matthew?
Hmm?
What are we looking
Oh,
at?
in terms of time, 57 minutes.
I'm gonna call it. Honestly, I think we're good.
Okay, but what about the random topic generator that I found?
Are we gonna really do one more random topic?
I just want to acknowledge that this thing exists, and it gives me the most random questions.
What's the
What did
first
it
one you
give
got?
you?
How have TV shows changed over the years?
For the
What is
worst.
what is the most annoying thing about your phone? Where would you like to
Um,
travel next? What countries have you
Japan.
traveled to?
I could definitely drive with these.
You know what we
You
should do? We should make it where at like for the last like 10-15 minutes of every podcast we discuss
Q&A.
a random topic.
Or a random topic. We could do Q&A though, eventually.
Mhm.
Further down the
Q&A
line.
random topic. Yeah, depending.
Are
Yeah.
there any songs that always bring a tear to your eye?
Uh,
All right, we'll save the good random topics for later, Smith.
Okay.
Honestly.
Video game and anime soundtracks. Bingo. No, I'm just kidding. Not
What?
actually. So, okay, maybe there are some instances. Maybe there are some instances. I don't
I
know.
like how you took the time to just sit there and then you just quickly retract that.
Yeah, I feel like there are some. We have yet
There's
to find
definitely
them.
like
though.
some out there. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a conversation for another time.
Oh man. Gosh.
maybe on next week's episode.
Ooh,
Maybe.
you can vote.
Ooh.
Man, all right. Well, I think we're gonna leave it there for today. Yeah, if this goes well, I think what'll happen is that I think each of us will take turns hosting the podcast. So I guess next week it could be Matt.
Okay.
All right.
I'd be up for it.
All right. That sounds like a great idea. All right. Yeah, this has been TPAN, the podcast about nothing. I'm your host for today, Ethan.
I'm Matt.
Rowena.
Smith.
See you
All
next
right, I guess-
time.
Yeah, we'll see y'all next week.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.